If you are a person who's constantly checking your phone, here's some really bad news. It's increasing your anxiety. We also know that what happens is that often people check their phone because it makes them feel busy. Because while you're busy doing something, you actually don't have the space to be innovative and creative. You don't have the space to settle down all those synapses, neurosystems that are just on hyperdrive as they're trying to process things. Because we can't actually do two things at once. What you can do is start one, and then quickly flick to the other one, quickly flick back. And then you get home and you get in the car and you go, hang on. And you just got to calm yourself back down. And if you've ever been trying to do something and somebody's interrupted you and you're really deep in thought and you go, oh, hang on, right? That's actually what you're constantly doing when you're multitasking. It's just that if you do it enough, you don't notice when you're switching. So the problem with multitasking is you're actually microtasking and you're wearing yourself out. So if a goldfish concentrates for 9 seconds, remember I said to my daughter, no, you're not a goldfish because you're not making 9 seconds. Here's the bad news. The data suggests we're only doing 8. Frightening. Why is it frightening? Because in 8 seconds you can't do anything that's creative. You can't have that innovative thinking. So if the data's telling us it's only 8 seconds, even if you can concentrate for a minute or two, you're going to be better off. And as Dan Depani said, this is just a case of practice. When you notice yourself being distracted, bringing yourself back. And so here's the really frightening facts. When you're multitasking or microtasking, you're decreasing your IQ by 10%. Here's the next thing. The impact that it has is the equivalent to swigging a full bottle of wine, like and then walking into the meeting and expecting to do something fabulous. The other impact is that it's the equivalent to having lost a full night's sleep. And while we've learnt today that we could go a full 10 days without sleep, I know that anybody here who's a parent who's ever lost a few hours, you feel a bit punch drunk, right? And then somebody says to you, how about this? And you go, sorry, can you just go back on that for me again? Okay. What also happens during this time is we reach inattention blindness. And inattention blindness is the most dangerous thing because that's when you don't see the child on the side of the street whose skateboard flicks out in front of you. It's when you don't see the other small detail that's going to make a difference. It gives you a reduction in your working memory, which is why what happens is all of a sudden you say to yourself, oh, what was I supposed to do again? And it gives you the inability to think critically. What happens if you actually just turn your phone off? Because unless you're actually waiting on something absolutely urgent, and I'm going to tell you this now, if something urgent happens, somebody will find you. You will be surprised. They will come and seek you out. So you don't need to worry about whether or not you're going to be found if something urgent is needed. So here's the thing. If your phone's supposed to be smart and you're supposed to be smarter than your phone, right? Try setting your timer for 20 minutes and saying whatever I'm doing, I'm not going to stop for the next 20 minutes. Just try it just once. You'll be surprised how much you get done. You'll be surprised how your brain starts to fire, how your deep thinking comes out, and you'll find solutions you never thought were possible.